few weeks ago, and the 15th Doctor has loads of different outfits that he'd analysing and talking about.
Well, good day, folks. Today, we're going to look at the recently revealed and leaked costume and TARDIS exterior for the 15th Doctor. I wouldn't usually talk about the outfit in the TARDIS in its own video, but because of various different leaked sources, not off Reddit by the way,
Another leak from Reddit.
I thought it's best to dive in and give my thoughts and opinions on the new Doctor's wardrobe. Something that seems common through all of his currently seen costume variations are the colour orange. We see from filming on the cliff that he is wearing, well, orange, and see the same colour theme from the press release and the Christmas special filming. Something that I want to make sure to mention, by the way, is it's very possible that this Christmas filming costume is just a thrown-on outfit for the special, and towards the end of the episode or the start of his season, that he will ditch the leather coat look and instead adorn his press release more suited look. But seeing that he is wearing different outfits in his series, I'd say it's more likely that this is an actual outfit we will see a bit of, the coats especially. Some people got annoyed at the idea of the Doctor having a more mixed wardrobe, most of those people probably being character options employees.
No, God! No, God, please, no!
And I can see why.
No!
The character needs something like an outfit to grip onto, and to make them individualised. Now, I think this would have been a bit of a problem if the outfits were all very different from one another, but it seems that so far this isn't the case, and they are all keeping some form of long coats, and of course the orange colour scheme. When comparing the three outfits so far, we sadly have to ditch the mountain orange beanie look.
You do love a beanie? Oh, not everyone can carry off the yellow beanie. There's a lad to rely on.
Because those pictures were unfortunately too blurry. So for now, we will just compare and analyse the two outfits we can properly see. So it seems that aside from the long coat and orange colour palette, the costumes appear to be from two very different time zones. One is of course much more smart, you know, like the 10th Doctor's, while the other is more spacey and casual, like when Lenny Henry did that comedy sketch. And come to think of it, those costumes are bloody similar.
Oh, don't you ever tell me to mind my language.
The leather coat seems very similar to Donna's coat, and who knows, maybe he picked it up from her house. Not saying it's the same one, but Donna herself could have had a few variations that maybe she was happy to lend to her friend before her head popped off from remembering who he is. Looking lower down on the outfit, and no, I don't mean the crotch, you cheeky sod, get your mind out of the gutter. It seems that the Doctor is now donning trainers. Now this could just be for comfort. We know Ncuti was filming running scenes, and it could just be that his feet are out of frame. But surely they could afford just to have his regular costume shoes be comfy too, especially with all that Mickey money. I'm not too fussed about this, especially seeing that he is going to be wearing other shoes as well, but it does feel a little too down with the kids, and even too down with the species for me. Capaldi in his hoodie worked fine, and he was going through a more relaxed, don't give a shit teenage phase, and he wore it underneath the existing costume. I mean, imagine if in every episode where 12 had the hoodie, it was lacking the long coat and was literally, well, just the hoodie. I don't know, I guess shoes could work, but I think the Doctor would suit something less human and more similar to a boot. Something like the press release, or even just a black shoe, as that can really go with anything. I mean, there was even that welly boot rumour a couple weeks ago. But again, these shoes could very much just be temporary for the post-regeneration story. I mean, hey, most of Tennant's first story, his costume was pyjamas and slippers. Now, the TARDIS got leaked a while back now, and I don't have anything that I feel needs over-analysing other than, well, you know, that jukebox. So instead, I'm going to give my thoughts on the design. There are some great 3D models which you can view online, and I've asked the artist about use, and they are fine with me showing them as long as I give credit. So go and check them out. Link is in the description. Now, the set is very big, and that's great. I loved how big 10s and 11s first TARDIS sets were. It allowed for some great run-ins and run-arounds, which, you know, the later TARDISes couldn't really do. It also allowed for some, you know, great lonely scenes where we'd see the Doctor by themselves, something I'm sure we'll see again in the next era. But for me, this TARDIS is too big and too empty. Again, this is going off those renders which are going off set leaks, so I'm sure my opinions will change once we get some actual footage of the characters in the live set on the screen. Now, I love the modern design of Capaldi's TARDIS, and I love the look of the classic Who TARDISes. Take the fugitive Doctors for example. love it. But that's because of the blue lighting and fancy effects with the monitor and so on. But so far, Shooty's TARDIS just looks, well, white. And I get that it's taking the classic TARDISes and doing what they did and bringing it into a new modern age. But I mean, it was like that in the classic era for a reason. They didn't have the budgets for big sets with different colour accents and coloured lighting, and I think that's why it works with having the set all white, because it was smaller. But doing it on such a big scale, especially with a seemingly very flamboyant Doctor and comedic youthful Doctor and companion dynamic, I don't see how it can fit with the series vibe. Don't get me wrong, I love a good modern TARDIS interior, but a series that's seemingly taking a more grounded domestic approach, which by the way is my preferred, just needs a TARDIS which reflects that, just as with the 9th and 10th Doctor's TARDIS having a more homely, warm and familiar feel. A TARDIS that reflects its Doctor and companion dynamic, its series tone and setting. That's what's needed. And, you know, from what we know, that's not what we're getting. So that's my only real issue with the new TARDIS. But great design, looks amazing as hell, but just has the issue that it might feel a bit out of place. Although, you know, that said, it will definitely help it feel more like an alien object again. So there are two sides to it. It just depends what side you care more about. So that's it, and that's all I have to say at the moment. A great outfit, a great TARDIS. It's just that they don't exactly reflect each other.
Stop whining and just enjoy what.
Oh, piss off.